Hold on one second. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Cha Cha Mystique, and you now tuned into Live at Radio. We have another amazing musical interview with singer and drummer definitely in the building. So go get your drinks, go get whatever you need to do, popcorn, smokes, or whatever, and let's get right to it. We'll be right back, y'all. And I hear him say, and I hear him say, and I hear him say, I hear him say, and I hear him say, when it should be said. Disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. So strikers, no strike me. Yes, strikers don't strike me with your hating asses. And without any further ado, Salty singer and drummer in the building.
Hey y'all, how you doing tonight? And thank you for having me on the show, Miss Cha Cha.
Please don't age me like that. Cha-cha be just fine.
Apologies, Cha Cha, you got it.
Yeah, so what's up, Andromeda? How are you?
I'm good. I'm actually just out in the Bronx tonight. I just came from Harlem, had a little session, listened to some beats. Had a good night.
Yes, I had a good night too. And before we go any further, shout out to Grandmaster Caz and the Museum of the City of New York. They hosted a street festival tonight and it was amazing. They had the DJs in the street and the DJs right before you go inside the museum. They had an exhibit. They had free food, dances. You could do graffiti, everything. The vibe was everything. I'm gonna talk more about it on my Instagram live tomorrow. But it was such a dope event. That's why I had to push back this interview an hour because I was outside messing with
I hear
everybody.
that.
But enough for all that. Andromeda, singer, what inspired you to sing? Because I was listening to the few singles that you have out, and you real sultry, but at the same time you woke as fuck. Like I'm listening to your lyrics, numbers, faces, the people, and you talk about things in a deep way, in a deep celestial, scientific, universal way. We're gonna get into that, but I kind of want to know who you are. So obviously you're from New York. Is that correct?
Yeah, but I'm not from the city. I'm actually from like 60 miles upstate from the city in a city called Newburgh.
Okay. So you upstate. All right, cool. But you still,
Yeah,
got that vibe like you from one of the boroughs and stuff like that. So I feel
it's
that.
true.
Yeah. So since you from there, how did it all started with you singing?
I sang since I was young. Like I always did chorus and did like NISMA like competitions like for the school and stuff. So I did a lot of training one on one with like the vocal coaches and stuff to like try to win awards for our school in like chorus settings and like select chorus settings, which are smaller choirs as well. But as far as like writing and whatnot, I was always interested in poetry, and I was an English major, so it kind of helped me with my craft.
Okay. Now you said that you was taking vocal lessons and stuff like that. Is that something that you initiated on your own, or did your parents see something in you and pushed you in that direction?
So actually, that was something that was just a passion of mine. I love music in general, so I actually was also in band. I played the flute.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so I did that for a while. But I actually haven't done vocal lessons in a while. I'm trying to get back into it because I know that's a part of, mastering your craft. So I want to get back into vocal lessons, writing every day, like all of these like ground level, like foundational aspects of it.
Yes. So I told you that this is a musical interview. So
Yeah.
what was you said you did vocal lessons and you was like in a choir of some sort. What was the first song that you sung in that choir?
So actually, weirdly enough, I was always like blessed to have some choir teachers that like to keep stuff modern and stuff. So we always had some weird type of swing on things. But I'm pretty sure it was Elvis, pardon me, Elvis Presley's Hound Dog.
Really?
Yeah, it was really like a fun little show. We did like Sergeant Pepper's marching band too, like a whole bunch of weird stuff that was like mainstream, like at some point, but that wasn't typical of like an elementary choir.
Okay. So can in your own way, today's Andromeda, how would you perform Elvis Presley's "You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog"? Let me hear it.
Oh,
And
dang.
shout out to
Okay,
Big
let's
Mama
see.
Thornton, because that was originally her song. But let's get it.
Okay, let's go. So it's gonna be in my style. I'm just gonna do the chorus a little bit. Um, you ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit, then you ain't no friend of mine. No, no, no.
Yes, yes, that's a lot of fun. So, I mean, you've been doing this since young, and obviously, it was always an interest of yours. But what made you feel? What made you have the audacity to think that you could pursue it as a career?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so right, the audacity came from basically I was in a really long relationship, right? And I always wanted to make music and stuff like that, but I was kind of like, put down a little bit like, oh, that's not like what people like go get a real job, like people don't be doing that.
People told you to
And
get a
so
real job.
type of thing. I mean, I did have a real job though, so I didn't understand why I couldn't have a real job and do that, but it was fine anyway. So, yeah, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just like be realistic. I'm gonna go ahead and go to work and I'm gonna clock in and out. But I started getting miserable, and I was like, I just need to make music. So I started to make music again, and actually, this is the inside scoop, right? I'm telling you, like on live, right now. But he had a baby with my friend, so yeah. And so I was
These
like, I'm
niggas
gonna go
ain't
make some
shit.
music. I'm gonna go make some music. And here I am having the audacity to try and be who I am.
Yes. When that happened, and all you dudes out there, you know what I'm saying? You have no idea how. I mean, people turn pain into pleasure or pain into power. People don't have no understand when you really trying to break somebody and hurt somebody, you actually planting them so they could blossom. So, I think a lot of
Hmm.
women, instead of us being angry and bitter, we should take it as a lesson. Because thank you for showing me, the potential that I have. Because instead of being focused on you, now I'm focused on me, and I'm gonna be
Yes.
thriving, doing better than you. So, and I'm sorry you had to go through all that, because that was, damn, your family. Like, you couldn't get no other bitch but my family. Like, that's crazy. That's some loser shit. Are you still talking to your
That's
cousin?
so it wasn't my cousin, it was actually my cousin's like homegirl, like, and we were all
Oh,
friends and part of
damn.
a friend group. Hmm.
That's
But no,
terrible.
I'm not talking to none of them. They could not, and they better not come around where I be at.
Okay, so after you went through that painful situation, what did you write or what did you started to sing to get you through that?
So the songs that are out right now, actually, I wrote while I was still there. So like I would like just be writing every night, like just chilling by myself, like smoking, having a little like vent session. So that's really where like I started to craft like my lyricism in my music. So I been writing since, like just nonstop.
All right, so what was the song when you was writing during that time really stood out to you, and can we hear it right now?
Yeah. I think it's called My People. That's actually the one that was like the most close to my heart. Out My Mind is the one that's the most like resonant with that situation. But My People is the one that's kind of like more uplifting. And yeah, do you
Well,
want
can
to
we
hear it
hear the
live?
other song? Because I'm pretty sure everybody could go in and listen to my people. But can we hear the Heartbreak
Yeah.
song? I want to hear that.
Okay, you got it. So the Heartbreak song is called Out My Mind.
Wait, you
It's on
can't
all
play it. You
streaming
gotta sing it.
platforms.
Oh, I'm gonna get
I
a.
got you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it goes, devil on my shoulder sends a shorty bow yay high. Edward with the 40 hands blasted start to fly. Usually low key, less I was wild and causing scenes. No light without dark, so goes the arc. Oh, ah, oh, oh. Yeah, you know that I'm out my mind. Feel so divine. Wow, wow. Yeah, you know that I'm out my mind. But it feels so wow.
Yes. Thank you. And you
Thank
know,
you.
music is so healing. Like whether you listen to it or use it as a form of expression to get out those emotions, people don't know that that's a dope form of therapy, you know,
It
and then
is.
it gets you out that funk because going through something like that is traumatic. Like people don't understand broken heart. It's traumatic. I think there should be a law that I could sue you if you break my heart because I'm sitting here going crazy about to commit suicide or kill you and your whole family because you played me. You tried. I think there should be like some type of repercussion for that because everybody else talk about mental illness and stuff like that. Well, let's start getting rid of the roots to these mental illness so people could be
Right.
walking around here less, you know, walking around here with less trauma on their shoulders. You know, people got to treat people better. So, you know,
Mhm.
what is one of the main lessons you learned coming out of that situation?
Honestly, I learned to not betray myself for anybody else. And never do that again. Like recognize the signs early on and like stand on it. Like be the best thing you could be for yourself. Don't allow anyone to come in and like take you from that.
Yes, and I love that you say that you learn not to betray yourself. And I say that all the well, I say it in a different way. I say obey yourself. Because
Ooh.
people, yeah, you got to obey yourself because, like, the red flags, you probably
Mhm.
ignored it because you were so into loving yourself. But that voice in your head, you ignored it when you should have been obeying it. You know what I'm saying? And I think a
Mhm.
lot of people, you know, get caught up in that and not truly obeying themselves and being their true, authentic selves. You know, you don't like it, stand on your 10 on it. You don't like that shit, set your boundaries. You know what I'm saying? If people continue to cross those boundaries, I'm out. Like fuck
Mhm.
you. Before it even gets to that point. So shout out to you for discovering that, you know, because a lot of people stay in situations for years, disobeying themselves. And you know, when they could have been in a position of happiness had they left sooner. So shout out to you for being so brave. All right, so moving forward, after the heartbreak, you started writing. So what was happening to make you do? Because I see you doing shows. I see
Yeah.
you doing on the radio, on other people's platforms and stuff like that. What gave you the idea to really take it serious and step out of just writing?
So I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna do too much because my manager don't let me do too much on him or the collective, but I really feel like God had connected me with all the right people at the right time. Like there's no other explanation for what I experienced, but I must say it's God because I met him, I met the rest of the collective, and I feel like I've been touched in a different way that I cannot explain. Like I feel uplifted, I feel heard. I feel like I have like a family that like I could lean on if I need, and like that's different because I never understood how to do nothing in this music game, and now it like things are starting to click, and it just feels like it was meant to be, really.
Yes. And shout out to Terrell. I gotta shout him out because since we're both spiritual people, we having a convo, right? I
Fair.
noticed because you know I dealt with a few of his collective, and he's always giving me specific people at specific times of my life
Oh,
where I
is
needed it.
that's what
It's
he
like
do?
synchronicity or something like that. I don't know if he is one of the light workers of the divine
Right,
because
working
it's
for the
like
kingdom.
I'm going through my own situation. And it was like that the last time with his last person, right? And you keep saying stuff that's really connecting because you was like, you just said, after you started to obey yourself, things started working out for you, things started happening. And
Right.
that's kind of like the level I'm in, because when you obey yourself, you obey God. When you
Yes.
hold on to things that is no longer serving you or your highest purpose, because obviously that wasn't serving you, it was actually blocking your blessing. A
Mhm.
lot of people don't have success or stay in negative situations because they're not obeying themselves, and in return not obeying God. So they're not being blessed, because a lot of these fuck
For
people,
sure.
they can't go where you go. God ain't gonna allow that. They not on
I'm
that
starting to learn that
frequency.
too. I'm starting to learn that too. I wasn't aware of that, and it's starting to get real too because they separate themselves. You don't even gotta do nothing. It's like oil and water for real. Like,
Yes, because you already have a journey. You already fated to have a certain type of destiny, and it's and certain people around you are only there to teach you a lesson, even through heartbreak. Right? Like you said, you have
right,
to learn how to obey yourself. These people can't come along with you. A lot of people have a hard time severing those ties. And when they stay in those negative situations, when they stay amongst those negative people, it actually blocks their blessing. God is like, I ain't gonna bring you to the next phase of your life because you don't even have the courage to deal with this. I still got more shit for you, but how you can't handle this? How you know
right,
how you gonna be able to handle all the this good divine stuff if you can't handle this punk motherfucker right here? Let the nigga
right.
go. You
I
know,
say new levels, new devils. That's for real.
and you're gonna still deal with those things, but you already have that lesson in you, and those
Mhm,
red flags, you know what to look for, or you know what to, you have a better discernment because of the experience that you've been through. So
mhm.
shout out to you for that, and I'm glad you brought that up, because there's a lot of people, I'm still learning that now in
Me
my life,
too.
but there's a lot of people in this world that haven't got there spiritually yet, or even connected. They think their loyalty means everything when actually it's actually hindering your progression. So
Yeah.
shout out to you for that. Yeah, so you meeting all these new people, before we get more into the singing, your school of thought, I hear spirituality, I see the symbolism. Even with when I was going through your social media, you had the selenite stone.
Yes. Oh
Yes,
my God, that's my favorite thing in the world. I found it in the desert. Like what? Like I literally I was in Vegas and I went like on like a band camp retreat like where it was me, Terrell. We ended up going to work with the producer LaRue and it was Brianna Ray, Alon, K Perp. Um we was all out. It was crazy. But I ended up on like a detour because they went to pick up a rental car. So me and LaRue were driving by like a fossil field. He's like, I think you would like this place here. Like, get out and go check out the fossil field. So he's sitting in the car and I'm like running over to this tree. I'm like, yeah, right here I'm gonna find like a fossil or something cool because I want to find something cool and I'm gonna find something cool. So I started digging under the tree. I'm like, nah, actually, like I give up on the spot. Like it's actually over here. So I started digging in this other spot. I dug out a crystal Merkaba like this size from under a tree in the middle of the desert. And I just found out on my way out of the desert, I wasn't supposed to dig nothing up. But I didn't read that sign when I had first got there. But I ended up just digging in the right spot, taking out this tetrahedron. It was crazy. And then I'm looking up research about it, and it's talking about it's a chariot, Star of David. What was the other thing? Metatron's cube, like all this stuff that had to do with sacred geometry. I was
mhm.
like, oh my goodness. Like I felt shocked and blessed, and I still have it. I have it with me. Actually, I can show you it.
Yes, show it. I want to
Yeah,
see it. Go get it.
yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna go get that, and we're gonna talk more about it, especially sacred geometry. If you are following me, you already know. Like when we was going through all the symbolism, when Kanye was talking about, the small hats and all of that, and people were being offended by certain things, I had to go through a whole expose explaining that that's actual sacred geometry. And
Mhm.
when people are divided through religion or divided through other things, politics or whatever, the one thing, the one most ancient thing that all worlds seem to always agreed upon was sacred geometry, the symbolisms, what they stood for. Every tribe, whether you came from Africa or even over here in the Western Hemisphere, everybody, India, when you
Mm-hmm.
look up sacred geometry, and the meanings are the same. They probably off by a word or two, but that's the one thing that ancient civilizations throughout the world always agreed upon was the sacred geometry and what they meant, what that means for your life and stuff like that. But go ahead.
No, you're absolutely right, and thank you for that. I am so excited that you like talking about this, and but so this is the Merkaba I found in the desert. It's a
Wow,
little chipped away at certain parts.
that's
I don't know how
okay.
long it was there, but like it's selenite, which selenite also represents like purification and like cleansing. So it's like crazy. And then they also say this is like what is it called? It's like the chariot. So like it's supposed to be like um you meditate and you visualize like this shape. The top shape is going to cover the top part of your body, the bottom shape is going to cover the bottom part. They spin in the opposite directions and you create like a field around you of energy, and you're supposed to be able to kind of like ascend to like higher conscious like realms.
Yes. Now, to add on to that, it's also your vibration,
Right.
your inner core, right? So when you vibrating at a higher frequency, you able to shape shift water. And the water is what's showing you those geometric shapes that align with your spirituality, that align with your frequency and stuff like that. And what people don't realize, not only you have that within you, that's why like when people you see it with water, like say, and there's YouTube videos about it. You could put sand or salt or even water
Yeah.
on a table, play some high frequency music, and watch it shape shift into these
Mhm.
sacred geometry shapes, and you understand what it means. And that's also for like, it could be negative too, but those shapes are not as potent and direct. Did
Mhm.
somebody carve that, or that's how you found it like that?
So I found it like this, but it is a carving. So someone did carve it and someone put it there, but I have no idea who, when, where, why.
Yeah, because the reason why I say that is because, like you said, the Star of David. Going back to the
Hmm.
controversy with the Kanye, I'm not doing that right now. This is not right now. But the sacred geometry is the divine masculine and the divine feminine. The upright triangle is
Hmm.
symbolization for the divine masculine. The upside down triangle is the divine feminine, the chalice. When you put that together, it creates the star, the divine family unit, man, woman, and ultimately child. And people don't even understand that they try to gatekeep it like, oh no, this means, J people, or this means that, and it really doesn't. It means the basic math, the basic natural law of
Hmm.
humanity, and it all started with man and woman coming together and birthing nations, birthing civilizations, birthing communities. And people really need to understand that, because that's within you. And people also look at it like a pentagon because they see it, and
Hmm.
all that is just being an artistic way to express that energy. The intention is up to you, though. You could be negative, but if you
Correct.
in your high frequency, your high node, your higher self, and you trying to manifest things, and you put these symbolizations there, it helps you cultivate that vibration to really get it out there, that force field to protect you
Amen.
and emanate that energy to the world. I get you, Craig. Where did
I
that
love it.
come from, though? Like I was saying, the initial question was, where you get your school of thought from? Because I know it was beyond or way before you finding the selenite.
Yeah, so actually I feel like I could thank that to, I would say my grandfather, but also aside from my grandfather, it would be my childhood friend from elementary school. We would be in art class and we would share conspiracy theories that are all like
I'm a
proven true
conspiracy
now.
theorist too. I am too. Go ahead.
But it's true now. All the
Yeah.
things that was theories is now like true, and it was getting released in like documents and stuff, which we
Mhm.
had the documents back then too, because there's parts of the internet you could get stuff from. So
Yeah. So, oh, and the other thing that I wanted to do, because I know that you had a lot of triangles on your music art cover, and the
mhm.
triangle is the most powerful shape within the, and then it's the circle, but the triangle and three is a divine number as well. Did you know that in the artwork, or
So
what inspired you?
So oddly enough, that's why I was so shocked when I found the Merkaba, because I was like Andromeda, the name, the way I spelt it is because like I figured as above, like so below, and my handles online are V's because like it's kind of a based like platform. So it's like there's different energies that I'm emanating on these different platforms depending on like even when this platform was created, they just have different expressions of different sides of ourselves we show. So it's like I try to make it evident like what I'm showing where, but also in the artwork I want to make it evident that like I'm not necessarily just doing it to be fun or be cute. Like I also want to like I want to talk about real stuff, and I want people to hear it, and I want to spark discourse and maybe change through community action when I get like the proper resources.
So how do you know you wanted it to go in that direction musically, and what artists in the world you resonated with that help you push that message forward, and can you sing that song?
Yeah, okay. So I feel like overall, there was a girl named Aurora. She was like I found her like years ago. I was really young. I was like probably a teenager, but she was a teenager too. I think she might be a year younger or older than I am. Um, but Aurora, I'm trying to think of which song it was. I feel like it was one of her songs, Underwater. It goes, under the water, we can't breathe, we can't breathe. Under the water, we die. Then why do we jump in? Oh, why do we jump in? Under the water, we die.
Yes. So, outside of music, you also said you played the flute, but during that photo shoot that you found the selenite, you were saying that you took photos playing the steel pan. How did you learn how to do that, or that was just a prop for the photo shoot?
So I didn't really know how to play it, right? But for the most part, like the notes are there. So like if you have like an ear for like just like the way certain like rhythms go, you can like catch a little melody if you want. Or if you have a song you know on an instrument, if you know the notes for it, you can also play it. So it wasn't too hard because they had like little stickers. Like I made sure they weren't like showing in the pictures, but they had little stickers or whatever. So you could see like E, F, A, G.
And it seemed like you was like really connecting to it. I was looking at your pictures, and the things that stood out to me was your eyes. It was like you was almost in a trance a little bit during that time. What was going through your mind? What was some of the stuff that you was thinking about that was conveying through those photos?
So weirdly enough, I went back to the spot where I found this, and that's where I took the pictures. So I was like, I really just kind of want to channel like this feeling like of being excited and finding this thing. And then while I'm doing it, I'm like, imagine if like my future self summoned myself here with this drum to come get this. I don't know, like it was just I was having a moment.
Yeah, it's a spiritual moment. So, and it's just amazing to be at the right place at the right time. And even discussing with
Truly.
you right now, I feel like this is perfect timing, especially with my life. It's therapy for me too. But outside of yourself and the things that you was going through, can you name your top five singers that inspired and influenced you in any kind of way? And can you sing a snippet from them?
Yeah, I think I could. I'll probably do like artist and then snippet and artist and snippet because my brain will work better that way. But I'll say Erica Badu, right? So like, let's see. Oh my gosh, why is this happening right now? Drawing a blank. I'll come back to her. Mahalia. And this is a collab with her though.
Hold up,
But
Mahalia Jackson?
I don't know her last name, but maybe she just goes by Mahalia as a singer. She's from the UK.
Oh, okay, no, it's not the same person. But go ahead. I
Oh,
want to hear
okay.
it.
Is Mahalia, and the song is What You Did. That's one of them. But what you did, yeah, you know I love you, but I can't forgive you. You can tell me stay, but I have to go, 'cause I don't know, turn it around if I let you down. What's another one? Well, I did Aurora already, so let's skip her. I'll say Aaliyah. Yeah. I want you to rock, baby, rock the boat, rock the boat, rock the boat. Change positions, babe. Change positions, change positions. Okay, love it. And let's see. Another one is probably gonna be Adele. I really love Adele. What's her
Oh, you
song?
better sing Adele, girl. Go ahead.
Um, There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch, and it's bringing me out the dark. Finally, I can see you crystal clear. Go ahead and sell me out, and I'll lay your ship bare. Ooh, the stars of your love remind me of us. They keep me thinking that we almost had it all. Let's
Yes.
see. That's three. That's one. Another one is gonna be. I could do Beyonce.
Oh, girl,
Yeah.
let's get it. She was just in New York too, and
I
I know she
know.
turned it down. I'm
I
not
saw all the
turned it down,
pictures.
but she tore it down. My bad.
Absolutely did. I saw all the pictures. I saw videos from everybody. I was like, dang. But let's see what song. What song? Oh, me and my boo coupe riding all up in the with the right beside him.
Tired.
Ladies, if you love your man, tell me the hardest grind to find a girl. Show him how you ride it. Yeah. I can't remember Erica Badu for some reason right now. Like it's crazy. My brain just farted. And it's one song that I wanted to do too. Um, let's see. I'll do Sade instead. I'm sorry, Erica. I love you.
Sade. Yeah, you better do Sade right. Oh, I'm gonna boo you like this is the Apollo.
It's
Run
okay. It's
game it.
okay. It's okay. Let's see. Smooth operator. Smooth operator. Smooth operator. All right.
Yes, that's my.
So
I
that's my
love
five.
Sade. Yeah, I love
She's
Sade. Should
gorgeous
I
and
see your top
talented.
five? Yeah, so do you have a project coming up? Because I know I was looking at your music and I saw the singles, but is it going to be a complete project? And can you tell us about your inspiration? Because yes, it is knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. I feel like that's not the soundtrack to knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Outside of that, is this a project, and what is the ultimate inspiration behind it? What is the message that you're trying to get out to the people?
So, these singles are kind of like my introduction into like music making. I feel like I do have some more skills to pick up. So I don't want to release like a bigger project just yet. I think that's going to be first quarter, maybe second quarter next year. For now, I do have a few more singles that I'm holding on to that I will release. More fall and winter time. I'll be releasing more records. In the meantime, I'll just be probably gearing up for one or two visuals and then beginning an EP most likely. I don't necessarily have a complete direction as far as like a theme, but I'm thinking more along the lines of like starting from below and going to above. So I'm probably just gonna show like my trajectory. So I'm probably gonna start with some more fun records, like some dance vibes, and also just like kind of more raw expression, maybe a little more lyricism and a little less singing.
Oh, so you trying to be a rapper? You got bars?
No, not a rapper, but a little less singing.
Okay. And that's amazing because I think a lot of people, they're scared to like truly express themselves in the most rawest way. They look at what's trending, what's popular, and they dumb themselves down to fit that narrative as opposed to being authentic. One of the other, and you don't remind me of her. I think y'all come from the same school of thought, though. You know, Ineko, or whatever her
Oh
name
my
is.
gosh, yes, I love her. I love
Yeah,
her
me
brain. I
too.
love her lyrics. I love her music. I love her style. Oh my gosh, yes. Oh, that's a compliment. Thank you for that.
You're very welcome. I think y'all have y'all differences or whatever, but the thing that
Of course.
is similar is the school of thought, because she be on that high frequency wave too, but she's not scared to push that envelope from the way she look, her
Mm-hmm.
sound, and how she expresses those emotions, and I see that in you as well. Um, Ultimately, oh, and I don't think you answer, but ultimately the overall message, because you're deep, you're a deep soul, and I feel like you wise beyond your years. Not a lot of people know about sacred geometry, or if they
That's
do,
fair.
is like such at a surface level, and you attract that vibration. That's how you found the selenite. So what is the ultimate message that you want to convey to the people, to have them hold on to for the rest of their lives?
I feel like it's honestly that we can rise in community again. We don't have to be afraid to support each other. We don't have to fear that someone's going to come for what we have. We're all family here, and we all have to figure out how we can come together to make the changes that we know we need.
Amazing. I couldn't even said it better myself. Like, a lot of people fall short of that. Like, we be so consumed with being consumers that we are not our true authentic selves. Like, we're programmed to
Hmm.
be what they want us to be. We scared to push the envelope. We scared to dare to be different, in a way. And I feel like that's what this world is lacking. How are you able to quiet the noise so that you can
Um,
be your authentic self? What are some of the things that you do to quiet out that noise, those outside influences?
for the most part, it's like water and smoking for me. Like, I do smoke a lot of weed. I'm a pothead. I'm trying to slow down a little bit just because it's not gonna be like sustainable.
What you
Um,
be smoking on, that runts? What we talking about here?
so yeah, from time to time, but honestly, I'm gonna say it's not in the budget right now. I'm trying to travel here and do this and do that. Sometimes it be middies. I'm not gonna lie. It's okay though. Don't judge me. Not too much on me
I'm
at
not
all.
judging you at all. Shit, I'm trying to smoke with you. And you
Let's
in New
go.
York, we gotta link up. God damn it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know
Same
some few
here.
smoking events too, and I think it'd be a great vibe for you, and there'd be a lot of people in there. I'm gonna tell Terrell too, and maybe that could be a thing. They be having showcases too, a lot of weed events that we do showcase talent, and I could send you that information immediately, so you could get into those sectors. Because why not? I mean, be around the shit that you love. If you're
Right?
attracted to it and stuff like that, that could be the thing. That could be the
It's true.
audience you need. Get them weed people. We want to hear that shit when we high. We want to hear
Right.
that shit when we on the runs, eating
I
edibles and
love
shit.
it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and I'm glad you brought up the weed. You know what I'm saying? Because I think weed has a lot to do with helping people tap into that higher frequency. Because don't you notice when you high, you be thinking about some deep shit. And it just
Mm-hmm.
pops up in your brain like, where did that shit come from? And like I said, it's not surface level shit. And I think a lot of like the past, that's one of the main reasons why they try to make it illegal so you won't tap into
Right.
that energy. But it kind of makes me question the quality of weed we're getting now.
Now. Right.
Because if you know that it has those psychedelic effects, then you also know botany and how you can manipulate plants.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you feel like we really smoking nature's plant?
No, no. This is GMO weed. This is GMO weed. I don't know what they got in there, and especially now because it done been touched by so many people, you don't really know where the seed came from. You don't know what they sprayed in the seed, what they sprayed in the dirt, what they sprayed on the plant, once the plant like bloomed, like or even what they sprayed on it. Some people be spraying their weed. So now it don't even smell. It's not dank. That's some spray, and then you smoke it. Now you dizzy. Like nah, it's not. Nah, there's so much stuff going on. Can't even trust grabba now, apparently. So,
Yes, and guava is a tobacco leaf. Like,
like,
and
what?
people talk shit about tobacco. I mean, I could understand the cigarettes, but ancient wise, tobacco was used to heal you. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
would have to, like, if you were sick or going through something, they would give you tobacco tea. They will boil it,
Mm-hmm.
you sip the tea, you feel better. If you cut yourself, they mush it, turn it into like a paste, and you put it on your wounds and it help heal you. And even if you smoke it, it gives you a buzz, like how it's
Mm-hmm.
supposed to do. But it was strong. Like people think they could smoke whole cigarettes now. Nah, smoke some real tobacco. You take like 2 or 3 pulls and you want to pull it out because it was that potent. And they manipulated that too. Like people use tobacco in ceremonies, like how they take ayahuasca. I never
Yeah, I
had
want to do
that
that one
before.
day.
Me too. I want to go on a
Mm-hmm.
spiritual retreat. But even
South
before,
America or something.
yeah, but even before you take that ayahuasca, they give you a tobacco tea to take it with.
Oh, I didn't
Yes.
know that.
But they
That's
gotta be
wild.
pure tobacco. Now that grabber, you know what that grabber be looking like? Like somebody spilled Dutch guts on the floor, left it
Hey,
there
dude.
for a week, and then sweep that shit
Stale.
up and put it in a bag. There you go, grabber.
I'm crying. I usually get it from the bodega now. I don't like the ones that come pre-sealed and stuff. Like I don't know who made that. Where they do. Usually the guys at the bodega they just gonna take the leaf. It's already dried out, and they grind it right in front of you and put it in a little baggie. That's fine. I seen you do it. I trust it.
Yes. Now back to the music, because right now, and shout out to the ladies because they dominate in hip hop right now. I love to see it. Like I love to see the females doing their thing. I hope we could see more collaborations with the women, but at the same
Yeah.
time, and not to, and I'm not shitting on it, please, y'all, because I love it. I listen to it, and I love to see women on the forefront like that. But it's the same messaging. It's over sexualized,
Oh.
and it's aggressive on the same playing field as men. So, that femininity is lost, or the femininity transformed into promiscuity. So, how do you feel? Like I said before, to stay your authentic self, and not just the noise, but the industry noise. Because I know, people going to be like, well, you need to, show some tits and some ass, twerk a little bit, anything.
Right.
What's the thing that keeps you grounded so you won't go in that direction?
The thing is, right, is that like those things are fun, right? Once in a while, I do want to do that, right? But it's when I feel comfortable. You're not gonna tell me to go do that. That's really what it comes down to. Like, if the song is fun and I'm having fun and I want to shake my butt a little bit, I'm gonna do that. Or if I'm like, oh, you know what? I feel like I look good. I want to wear like a little crop top and a mini skirt today, then I'm also gonna do that. But like as far as other things, to each their own. Like, I just personally, I can't do anything that I don't feel comfortable doing. So like, if I feel comfortable, then maybe I won't say a never, but like everything is really just about being honest to who I am, and I am also ever changing. So I just have to be cautious of that and make sure that I'm staying true to myself, whatever that means, whatever state I'm in.
Yes, yes. So moving forward, I mean, is there anybody you want to work with though? Like, who would you work with? Like, say you had the opportunity to work with Corley Ray or somebody that's out right now. Who you feel like resonates with you the most?
Um, I feel like I would really want to work with someone like Mahalia or Janae Aiko or even like some new artists like even Iniko, if that's how you say it.
I
Like
think that's
people
how
like
you say
that.
it.
I think so too.
Yeah.
But yeah, like just girls who like don't really care about like trying to be what's popular right now, but just kind of like doing what they want to do, having their own little pocket of music too that have mainstream influences, but they're also doing something a little bit different than like usual. Like I like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, I like that too. And I can't wait like for you to drop your EP. I really feel like I think more of that is what it needs. And you know what I noticed too? A lot of the drill, especially coming from men, and no shame men because I love y'all. Trust me. Like I go to bat for men so much that they be calling me, what's that word? I'm a pick me. They be saying I'm a pick
Oh,
me.
oh
Cause I
man,
feel like
no.
yeah, I feel like even though a lot of men ain't shit, but I know there's real men out there, and I really
Of
feel like
course.
we don't get to see or celebrate real men because it's overshadowed by the fuck shit all the time. And so when I'm in conversations or debates, whether on Clubhouse or even in real life, I'm always the one chiming in defense of men because I feel like it gotta be, if nobody's gonna change that narrative, my little stuff is gonna do that, and maybe that'll inspire the fuck niggas to actually get right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because not enough real men are celebrating. I feel like because of that, that's why these fuck niggas be winning the way they do because good examples of real men, real leadership is next to non-existent. Or it's put on the back burner and things like that. And so I think we need to like really change that narrative so we could come together and be the divine masculine and the divine feminine and come together and really affect change the way we supposed to. But moving forward, what's next outside of the music and playing flute and everything like that? What is it that you want to do that could really change the world and put humanity back on track?
So honestly, like I feel like that's a very large task, right? I feel like I would have to start with a small scale concept and like plan it out and test it. And then if it goes well, then I'd have to like increase it like gradually. I'd have to make sure that I have the right
But what
capital and
would
whatnot.
that be though? And what would that be? What you feel like that would be that you could contribute to the betterment of humanity?
So I always felt like it would be like a resource center. I feel like in a lot of communities that are like more impoverished, like where I come from, even like Newburgh or whatever, I feel like there's not a lot of places you can go and get information. Like, sure, go to the library and like do research, sure, but like there's not like a place that's like really trying to help anyone get all the information they need. It's gonna be like I would want it to be an like all access free place to get information. Like there'll be every type of person available to speak with or work with, but it'll be volunteer based at first because I'd have to be like a startup. But yeah, like things like that. So like let's say there's a kid who like is like really gifted and like wants to work on music and they can't because they don't know how to do it or they don't know where to start or they don't know um where to get trained or whatever the case may be. Well then like we will have resources for that type of person and we'll tell them like you can try this, you can try that, free paperwork or even like issues with renters, like how they're living with like issues in their apartment and their landlords aren't taking care of them, or situations with medical care. Maybe someone doesn't have the right access, they don't know how to get a certain type of treatment, or they're looking for the cheapest like route to go because they have to pay out of pocket. Like all these types of things, like just like a one stop for like anything. And maybe there could be one person who's just good at all these things and they could have the budget, like who knows. but we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah, and the reason why I asked you that question, and it's gonna lead to the segue of I want you to sing a verse from the people, because
Oh, okay.
even with you know your other music, you care so much about humanity. You always talking about the conditions of the people, the thought, what's going on in the world around you. I hear all that stuff in your music, and I kind of wanted to know, like, not only what inspires that, but it almost feels like you want to affect change in a major way, and I know it's only so many words you could convey in a song, so I kind of wanted you to explain that in this conversation. But without any further ado, can we get a verse from the people?
Yeah, I'll do the intro. So, on our way every day, yeah, we pray. On our grind all the time, always. On our grind all the time, always rise they. Say they feeling down, did do, die do. Every time I fall, feel suicidal. I hide from my emotions. While I sip on all these potions, steady coasting, cups are overflowing. While I'm flying in the ocean in slow motion, my people from the mud, yeah, my people from the earth. My folk forgot they worth, man, believe the moonlit curse. I'm trying to stay alive now, I'm trying to break the worst. My people are the ancients, my people pull up first. My people, my people, my people made from dirt. My people, timeless, there's no.
Yes. You see what I'm saying? My people pull up first. Like we was here
Right,
first, god damn it. Like fuck out of
you
here.
already know.
We ancient knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. God damn it. Don't fuck with me.
You
Yes,
know.
yes. So we're gonna wrap up this interview. It was amazing, and I can't wait to hear more from you. And it's like I said, I gotta when I finally see Terrell, I'm gonna give this nigga a hug. I think that motherfucker, I don't know what he's doing. I think he's
I
some
know.
kind of, I don't know, because it's like, okay,
It don't make sense, but it makes too
it
much
makes
sense.
sense. And I'm beautifully surprised again, you know what I'm saying? Because I only was able to get your personality through your music, but to really sit down and have a conversation with you was everything. And you actually give me hope for the future. I hope more people, because I'm a conspiracy theorist too. I talk about these
Yeah.
things to the point where, people be fucking with my pages and stuff like that. So I try
Hmm.
to bring a balance to it so it won't be so bad. But at the same time, I can't shut up about it because I feel like I have to help my people. Like I said, we pull up first. That shit
Hmm.
resonated with me. Like we ancient. Like
I
we've
love
been
that. And
seeing
yes, we
a lot of this
are.
fuckery and we overcame these things. We
And we're gonna do
came,
it again.
yeah, we're gonna do it again. But
So
a lot of people feel like they can't. A lot of people walk around this earth with that defeated mentality. And to see a young star like you pushing through with that knowledge, like people don't have that type of knowledge today after 40, you know, and it's amazing. So, I salute to you. Is there anything else that you would like to say right now? And before we leave, can we get another song from you? Anything you want to say?
okay, yeah. I wanna say first, I wanna say I'm very grateful. I didn't know what to expect just because I'm always nervous before like a show or interview or whatever, and I always like I don't know. But I am so excited to have come on. I'm glad that I like got ready and I was in the right mind space, and I'm very grateful for you and our discourse like entirely.
Yes, I'm grateful
Um,
for you too. You have no idea. Have no idea what you're doing right now. Actually, you helping me. You're helping with my healing if you really
but you're
want.
doing the same for me, so it's all love.
Yes. Yes. So before
Um,
we get out of here, can we get another song?
yes, this one is gonna be unreleased. It's gonna be called Butterfly. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm
Oh, there we
here.
go.
I'm just giving
Okay,
you the spotlight, love.
got you. Okay, I get it. I get it. Okay, so this one's called Butterfly. It's not released yet. I'm not sure when I'm releasing it, but I will perform it on August 12th in Times Square. There's like a live concert from 12 to 8. You guys should come. So it's gonna be Butterfly. Um, Front to front, slowly pick your pace up. Hands on waist, raise with the vibrations. If you're not normal, give demonstration. Just do you, no need hesitate. Hit the butterfly one time when the beat drop. Feel your body move in tune, pick your feet up. With the rhythm groove, back it up with your pump up. Fit us in the air, play a lap on your speakers. Step by step, we rhyme with emotion. Feel one love, connect like the ocean. Come complete with divine devotion. Give your all, release what you're holding. And that's my little snippet of
Oh,
Butterfly.
yes. That's kind of a dance. I was like, hey, hey,
Yeah,
hey, hey. I can hear
we
that in the
gonna dance for
club
that
if you want
one.
to wine. And I got my skirt on. Oh, and everybody, I only accept apologies. What is this? In cash, my
I know
nigga.
that's right.
Because a real apology is change behavior. But y'all
Mm-hmm.
niggas don't be wanting to change. So hit that cash app. Hit that cash app if you want to come apologize to me. That's the only thing I'm accepting. Fuck all
Pay
that.
her.
Yeah, pay me immediately. But anyway, yeah, so this was amazing and so uplifting and so healing. It was much needed. Not only do I need it, did I need it, but I think the world needs it, and I can't wait to more people get involved with Andromeda. I like that. You know what that reminds me of? The science fiction thing. Wasn't there like some kind of space thing? That was Andromeda. Did you get your name from there, or was it like
Yeah.
a deeper meaning?
No, so Andromeda is also from like Greek mythology. She was an Ethiopian princess, and like what happened was her mom was like, "Oh, she's so beautiful and talented," and Poseidon was like, "Okay, but my daughters are better." Then he chained her to a rock and tried to get a monster to kill her. But then Perseus came after he had killed, I guess, Medusa, and he took her head and he froze the like kraken or whatever and saved Andromeda. But Medusa didn't deserve to go out like that either. It's a whole, it's
Yeah,
like
I don't like her story. Like her story pisses me off
my
because her
heart.
whole life she was getting played and used and manipulated,
Just for that?
and then she got pursued by a dude she didn't even want. Then a fucking hating ass bitch turned her into Medusa.
Like
She
what?
didn't even do anything. She was so
No.
innocent and pure, only to get slain. Her head
And
shot.
become a
I hate
monster.
her fucking
Yeah.
story. It's so fucking heartbreaking.
She
I
didn't
hate
deserve to go out like that
it.
at all.
And I'm glad you brought up that she was the Ethiopian princess, because what people
She
really
not
would like,
Greek. She not white.
yeah. Not only that, they the real Egyptians. They the real Kemetic
Mm-hmm.
people.
Yeah, we know this. And
Okay,
Jesus was
just
not
saying.
white neither. Hello.
Just saying. And Mary Magdalene was an Egyptian woman.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying. But anyway,
Preach. Go off.
because we'll be here for a whole hour, another hour.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? So it's about the music today. We're gonna keep it there before YouTube try to play me again. And right now I'm skating on thin ice with them because I had like this whole 4-hour expose exposing a lot of shit. So they
Ooh,
mad with me right now. But
I hear that.
I'm definitely gonna get back to that because I'm not shutting up for nobody. But I want to still be able to have a platform so I can have people like you on here. You know what I'm saying? To show different sides of higher learning, higher understanding, higher vibrational stuff, so we could get away from take a break from the noise and have raw talent here. So I'm being nice. I'm behaving myself today. That's what we're doing. So before we go, tell everybody where they can find you. What's the next single, or what's the single you're currently promoting right now?
All right, so you can find me on most social media sites and streaming platforms under Andromeda. However, on streaming sites, it's Andromeda as it's spelled in the first part on my caption here. And then the at names are actually what follows in the parentheses. So I made it easy just so no one has to do too much work. I know it's a little complicated.
But I love it, and I love your school of thought, and I know it's going to be so much more dope shit that's going to come from you, and I can't wait to see it. And thank you for pulling up to live at radio. Wow, live at radio, and make sure this is not the last time. We
It
gotta have
definitely
you
won't
back.
be. Thank
Yes,
you, Cha Cha. I appreciate you so much.
I appreciate
Mwah.
you too. When you enjoy your night, darling.
You as well. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you see how that got flipped around, the switcheroo? We still was able to give you that deep school of thought through righteous music, through spiritual music. And it's not necessarily spiritual. I don't even like calling it like that. I don't even like putting that as a label on it. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, that's one of the things that people try to say in a like dismissive way. I don't know if I'm expressing that the right way, but you get what I'm saying. They put like certain levels on certain certain labels on righteous things, divine things, raw things, good for your soul, good for your mind, good for your heart, to try to deter your audience or deter people from flocking to it. You know what I'm saying? Too many people promote death and destruction. And I think we need to get more artists like that out there that really have a message, that really want their people to think, that really care about humanity, that are really actually smart, that actually been off the block and could talk about shit other than cups of liquor and black and mouths and GMO weed. I'm just saying. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. I had an amazing day. Shout out to hip hop, period, the culture. Like, everybody know how I feel about my baby. And today I had a dope ass experience. Again, I've been having them all year. And it's only going to get better because there's the Yankee Stadium joint coming up. There's the Cedric Ave joint coming up that I'm bringing my kids to. And it's lit. Like, I still have the thing from the museum today. The museum. And that was right up the block. Like, I go to all these boroughs, all these places, covering stories, covering events, covering it. And I'm like, y'all motherfuckers is in my backyard. I gotta pull up for that. How can I miss that? And y'all right there. I don't gotta take no train, no Uber, no nothing. I could just walk there, go up the block, go get my little bottles and whatever the case may be, and walk my ass up the block home. Period. But it's been amazing time. Today I had a really amazing guest. Shout out to Terrell. I can't wait to see who else in his camp I can have on my show, because it's been very exciting. You have very talented people there, very deep people. That's what I noticed too, because even when I was talking to the other young lady, she was very deep and she was spiritual, but she does come from that church background. And I'm not even trying to play that, but what I've noticed so far, that all of them has great minds. All of them have that feel good, high frequency energy. And I want to share that with the world, with you guys. It's one thing to appreciate it on my own, but how can you not share talent like that? How can you not share a school of thought like that? That's supposed to be on the charts, number one, Hot 100, top 5, top 10, top 50, up there, but they don't want you to have that, because these are the type of people that have changed the minds of nations. And that's where I'm at with it. And with that being said, thank you for tuning into Live at Radio. And I see you next time. And let's get with it, though. Peace out.
Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and share. But most importantly, subscribe and hit that notification bell. Cha-cha.